Genesis chapter 14. Abram rescues Lot. About this time, war broke out in the region. King Amraphel of Babylonia, King Arioch of Elasar, King Kedorlaomer of Elam, King Tidal of Goim fought against King Bera of Sodom, King Bersha of Gomorrah, King Shinab of Admah, King Shemaba of Zeboim, and king of Bela, now called Zohar. The kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Bela formed an alliance and mobilized their armies in the Sidon Valley. This is the valley that is called the Valley of the Dead Sea. For 12 years, they had all been subject to King Kedorlaomer, and now in the 13th year they rebelled. 1 year later, Kedorlaomer and his allies arrived. They conquered the Rephaites and the Ashtaroth Kerenaims, the Zuzites in Ham, the Emites in the plain of Kirithaim, and the Horites in the Mount Seir, as far as El Paran and the edge of the wilderness. Then they swung around to En Mishpat, now called Kadesh, and destroyed the Amalekites and also the Amorites living in the Hazazon Tamar. But now the army of the kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Bela, now called Zohar, prepared for battle in the valley of the Dead Sea against King Kedorlaomer of Elam and the kings of Goim, Babylonia, and Elasar, 4 kings against 5. As it happened, the valley was filled with tar pits, and as the army of the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some slipped into the tar pits, whilst the rest escaped into the mountains. The victorious invaders then plundered Sodom and Gomorrah and began their long journey home, taking all the wealth and food with them. They also captured Lot, Abram's nephew, who lived in Sodom, and took everything he owned. One of the men who escaped came and told Abram the Hebrew, who was camped at the oak grove belonging to Mamre the Amorite. Mamre and his relatives, Eshcol, Aner, were Abram's allies. When Abram learned that Lot had been captured, he called together the men born into his household, 318 of them in all. He chased after Kedorlaomer's army until he caught up with them in Dan. There he divided his men and attacked during the night from several directions. Kedorlaomer's army fled, but Abram chased them to Hobah, north of Damascus. Abram and his allies recovered everything, the goods that had been taken, Abram's nephew Lot and his possessions, and all the women and other captives. Melchizedek blesses Abram. As Abram returned from his victory over Kedorlaomer and his allies, the king of Sodom came out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh, that is, the king's valley. Then Melchizedek, the king of Salem and a priest of God Most High, brought him bread and wine. Melchizedek blessed Abram with this blessing: Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and the blessed be God Most High, who has helped you conquer your enemies. Then Abram gave Melchizedek 1/10 of all the goods he had recovered. The king of Sodom told him, Give back my people who you captured, but you may keep for yourself all the goods you have recovered. Abram replied, I have solemnly promised the Lord, God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, that I will not take so much as a single thread or sandal thong from you. Otherwise you might say I am the one who made Abram rich. All I'll accept is what these young men of mine have already eaten. But give a share of the goods to my allies, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre.